Pika Pika!
How excited are you to be a part of this huge franchise?
Very excited. I was such a huge fan of Pokemon growing up. I had all the original cards, and I played the games, and I watched the anime and the original movies. So to get this role was like a childhood dream come true. I know that I've made younger me proud.
Were you ever like scared of it? Like, I don't know, we're living in like a social media toxic fandom age. Were you like scared of it?
No, not really. I mean, because I was a fan myself and I knew a lot about Pokemon, I knew that the movie was going to be handled with a lot of care. And it was. There was always a Pokemon expert on set. We were always paying attention to the details and making sure we were honoring the fandom.
And did Ryan Reynolds was on set? Was he on set?
Yeah, he was on set for a couple of days in the beginning where we got to improvise and talk over each other so that way the audio wouldn't mess up. And then he went away to go record in a booth, and I remembered our dynamic so I could recreate my side of it.
Was there like a lot of room for improvisation in the comedy things?
Yeah, Rob Letterman, our director, embraced improvisation from like the first audition. I remember he wanted me to like be loose and go off script. We really inject this realism into the movie, which was Rob's vision from the get. He wanted to undercut the fantasy, the fantastical elements with as much realism as he could so we could get the audience invested.
I like the fact that your character is a cynical like teenager and he's like estranged from his parents. Do you think it talks also about a generation maybe?
That's a really good comparison. I don't know if we were consciously trying to comment on that, but maybe there are some elements of that. I just know that Tim had a tough childhood, especially with his complicated relationship with his father. So yeah, I mean, that Jade's a person, and it's really cool to see his arc throughout the film, like, and how the adventure with Detective Pikachu kind of changes him.
How do you see reflected on the character? What things from you are there?
He looks like me, and he talks like me. But I think what I was mainly focused on was that desperation that Tim has to repair this relationship, or to at least mend the mistake that he feels like he's made.
The film was shot on film. I mean,
yeah.
It's not digital. How cool was that?
That was a lot of pressure though, because when you shoot on film, you don't get as many takes as when you shoot on digital, and you also you can't just keep rolling and like do it again. You know, like do the take again. You have to cut and change the film, and it's more time consuming, but it definitely gives it that beautiful grain at the end of the day, which is what we were going for, and that which also helps the film lean into that film noir aesthetic.
I'm a huge fan of the older actors that are in the film, like Bill Nye is one of the greatest.
Bill Nye is so cool, he's so laid back and has an awesome music taste. Ken Watanabe is surprisingly hilarious in addition to being a talented, serious actor. I mean, Ryan we all know him for his quick wit and his edgy humor, and he's also deeply sincere and authentic. And Catherine, I mean, is one of my good friends now. And she's an amazing actress. And I would always like thank the Lord when she would come to set, because most of my scenes are with nothing, and then so Catherine would come to set and I would be like, oh, thank God there's a human to talk to.
You've been lucky enough to like be in these huge productions like for a time now. Would you like to be in like smaller films? I heard you talk about Jordan Peele, which is he's like amazing.
Do you guys get Jordan Peele films here?
Yeah, like Us is on theaters.
Us is in theaters here? Yeah. So that's not necessarily small films.
Yeah. But I mean, it's in
but I actually did a smaller film called All the Bright Places. I did that with Elle Fanning. That's coming out later on Netflix. I in general just want to kind of pick projects that have meaningful stories regardless of the scope. But I think that does come with choosing smaller passion projects in addition to reaching for these bigger blockbusters. I just want to spread myself as much as I can and showcase as much of my variance as I can.
And this is a project that allows you to be like in this huge adventure, but also has like very intimate moments.
This movie was such a good movie to get because it exactly what you said. It has all of those elements, and I'm definitely attracted to the more dramatic stuff, the more emotional stuff. But at the same time, like I love doing stunts. They really get me out of my head. Although I don't necessarily think that I'm funny, I love exploring comedy and the nature of that narrative. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't remember what the question was, but I'm just saying that I love both. I love both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.